Morning, my dear students. Welcome to today's science class. So today we are going to study about the adaptations of the living things found in mountain regions. So at the end of today's class, you will be able to describe the adaptations of the living things found in mountain regions. So before we start discussing about mountain regions, let's have a quick recap of things which we have studied in our last class. So in the last class, we studied about the adaptations in animals and plants found in desert, where we studied about the characteristics of cactus and what makes cactus fit to survive in those conditions. So first of all, they do not bear leaves, isn't it? Because if they have leaves, normal leaves like other plants, then the rate of what the transpiration, due to transpiration, the water loss will be high, and already the water, there is shortage of water in deserts, so they have a modified leaves, or we can say they have spines through which they lose very less amount of water. Then we discussed about desert animals such as camel, rats, snakes. So we also discussed about the adaptations of camel, due to which they can survive in deserts. So I hope you have gone through again, revised those topics again, since these are the topics which quite that comes regularly in the exam. So please go through them again and again, revise them again and again. So let us discuss about the characteristics of what mount plants and animals found in mountain region. So first of all, let us discuss what type of climate prevails in the mountain regions. So let us see the characteristics of mountain regions. So characteristics of mountain regions: there is a lot of rain in mountain regions. So the annual rainfall in the mountain regions is quite high compared to the other parts. uh, so it's quite contrasting compared to the deserts, where annual rainfall is very low. So we can say they are the two extreme ends, mountain regions and deserts. So in mountain habitat, the temperature is quite low, and at times snowfall may also occur. So there are chances of snowfall happening in mountain habitat, and because of very low temperatures, the surface water or the soil water, it freezes, and hence the water becomes unavailable for the plants. So the roots cannot absorb the water since the water freezes there, and along with that, there is high speed wind blowing most of the time. And also the rate of evaporation is quite high because of high wind speed. uh, so the trees and mountains can lose too much of water easily through their leaves. So just unlike the plants like cactus found in desert, where the rate of evaporation or the transpiration rate is quite low, here the transpiration or the water evaporates quite quickly from the plants. So these are some of the characteristics of mountain regions. Now let us see what are the characteristics of the plants found in mountain regions. Okay, so adaptations in plants found in mountain regions. To survive in mountain habitat, the trees should have adaptations to protect themselves from the rainwater. Yes, because we have already studied the characteristics of mountain regions, because there quite frequent rainfall occurs in mountain regions, and so the chances of snowfall also is quite high. So to survive in such conditions, the plants adapt themselves. The trees can survive in extremely cold and windy mountain habitats due to the following adaptations. The trees in mountains habitats are usually cone shaped. So here I have a diagram. Here you can see the trees, they are cone shaped, so that the snow do not gather on top, because once the snow gathers, it may break the branches of the trees. So they are basically what, cone shaped. So these are some adaptations which help them to survive in the mountain regions. Then many mountain trees have small needle-like leaves, due to which these leaves lose very little water. Now, as we know, uh, the uh, winds, they blow at high speed, so that the evaporation rate is also high, and the trees may lose high amount of water. So in order to uh, avoid such conditions, trees have small needle-like leaves, due to which these leaves lose very little water in windy conditions. So this help them to lose very little amount of water in such windy conditions. So this helps the mountain trees to survive in winter when all soil water is frozen in the form of ice and not available to their roots. So again, even in mountain regions, when the water freezes, there is deficiency of water, and due to which the plants have these adaptations, like they have needle like leaves, so that they lose very less of water, because similar to the case in desert areas where water is less, here also the water becomes less due to freezing of the water that results in the formation of ice. So these adaptations help the plants to survive in such conditions. So already we have seen the cone shaped trees found in mountain regions. Now let us discuss about the animals found in mountain regions and their adaptations. Okay, adaptations in animals to mountain habitats. The adaptations in some animals such as yak, mountain goat and snow leopard which live in mountain regions are. So first of all, what are the adaptations of yak? It is covered with long silky hair to protect themselves from cold by keeping them warm. So as you can see in the diagram, this is a yak. So they have long silky hair which protects them from severe cold conditions. Then adaptations in mountain goats. So this is a diagram or picture of a mountain goat, you can see here. So what are the adaptations? Mountain goat has to live in cold climate of mountains, as well as to run up the rocky slopes of the mountains for grazing. So a mountain goat is adapted to cold and rocky environment of a mountain habitat in the following ways. So what are the characteristics that help them to survive in those conditions where they have to climb the rocky slopes to graze and also to protect themselves from severe cold? So the mountain goat has long hair. We know this long hair will protect them from cold and keep them warm. And also the mountain goat has strong hooves. So they have strong hooves for running up the rocky slopes of mountains for grazing. So these are the two important adaptations of mountain goat that help them to survive in such conditions. Then finally, adaptation in snow leopard. So they are also found in mountain regions. The snow leopard lives in mountains where snow is present. The snow leopard is adapted to live in extremely cold places having snow as follows. The snow leopard has thick fur on its body. This fur protects them from cold and keeps it warm. So again, they have thick fur. So one thing is common. What is common? They all have thick fur or long hairs which help them to protect from severe cold conditions, and it keeps them warm. Then the leopard has also fur on its feet and toes. This protects its feet from cold when it walks on the snow. Since it walks on the snow, so they have fur on their feet as well. The snow leopard has a thick layer of fat beneath its skin for insulation to protect it from cold. So they have a thick layer of fat beneath the skin. So they have also thick layer of fat just beneath the skin that also protect them from cold. The snow leopard has a rounded body and small ears to keep the body surface area to a minimum, so that less body surface area is exposed to the cold conditions. So they have their body structure is designed in such a way. This reduces the heat loss from the body of uh, snow leopard. So if the body surface is less, then less amount of heat will be lost by the leopard, and so they can keep their body warm. So the body heat is retained by the leopard. So these are some of the adaptations found in plants and also animals in mountain regions. So now let us see few questions. Okay, so questions for the day. Question number 1: how are trees in mountain regions adapted to the conditions prevailing there? I hope you will be able to write. And also, what common characteristics can be seen in animals found in mountain regions? So we have already discussed the common characteristics just now. I was saying that helps them to survive in severe cold conditions. So please write these questions, and we'll discuss the answer of this question in the next class. So that's all for today's class, my dear students. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.